Oh. We get some light on the subject. Unplug that. We're live, and today I should have started this back on day one. But when something happens like this on day one, you're like, yeah, there's no way this could keep going. But so officially, this is actually day 31. It could be less, and we'll talk about that. But this is PayPal. This is my ultra frustrating experience with the people from PayPal, and they're holding my funds hostage. So as you know, I've started a small business. We're selling things. I've been a client. I've had a PayPal account for a long time. Way before this, I started selling cams and things about a month ago. Back on the 20th of March was the first sale. Before that, even back into COVID time, I had opened up an account and sold other things and used PayPal. And so here's the situation. They're just holding my money hostage. They will not allow me access to any of this. I have over $15,000, and before you get excited and they go, that's a lot of money. It's not mine. It's all money that goes to pay for all of these things, camshafts and shipping and materials and all kinds of stuff. So it's really the thing that upsets me the most is I can't even use this money to pay off the people that I need to pay off. And now it's so bad that I can't even afford to really ship stuff. So I have to stop taking orders because of PayPal. So PayPal is essentially putting me out of business because they've decided, for whatever reason, oh, it's our security. Well, no, it's not your security. That's a bunch of BS, because I've done everything that I'm supposed to do to make sure that they know that this is me. For one thing, I've had an account for a long time. For two, I've jumped through every hoop, and this is the most frustrating thing. They won't even tell you, okay, your account is locked and you can't access it. Okay, that's good. Okay, we're talking. But why? And what do I need to do? What thing do I need to give to you to appease that situation? What hoop do I need to jump through? Oh, we can't tell you that. You just need to wait. That's their whole thing. We just need to give it another day, a few more days. This last go around today was, oh, well, you've tried to access your money too often. So you need to wait 72 hours before you can try to access it again. Well, what about the week before that when nothing happened? When PayPal doesn't have a problem at all letting money come in. They will let people order. They will let the account build up so that they can utilize all this money. I'm presuming so that they can continue to make interest off it by not giving it to me. So they'll continue to let that happen, but they won't let me access it. I can't make payments to anybody. I can't transfer it into my account. They did let me back on the 7th or 8th of April. I pulled a fast one and requested a check, which they hate to do. They only want you to transfer it because then they get a percentage of that. They don't want to send a check out to your house. They don't want ever to do that. That's why they have it in little tiny writing. They don't want you to do that. And I snuck that in, and since then they've shut that down. So I can't even access like $100. There's $15,000 in there, and I can't even transfer $100. And these are like I said, I've gone in, I provided tracking numbers, and the vast majority of these people already have their product. They've already received them. It's easy to tell with the tracking number, they've already got their products. So here are all the things that I've done. I've gone in and obviously linked my card. Oh, and then I got on the phone with somebody that said, well, you know what you need to do is you need to link also your bank account. So you need to list your bank account, presumably so they can take more money out of my account if they want to, which it actually says that they can do. You need to link your bank account. Okay, well, I'll do that. If that's a hoop I need to jump through to make this happen, I'll do that. I did that. No, nothing happened. Okay, well, you need to wait a day to see if that turns around. Okay, well, let's wait a day. And this whole time when I'm on the phone with the customer service reps, they're like, okay, I want you to try this. I want you to try that. I want you to try this. And most of the things that they want me to try are, can you try to access your funds? And then this last go around today is, hey, you've been trying to access your funds too much. Oh, so that's the problem now. What has been the problem up to that before any of that happened? I tried telling her, and it's not her fault and it's not his fault. It's not, because I've spoken I've spoken to no less than 5 people already and tried to figure out what's going on here. And each time I get the same thing. Well, you just need to wait. Oh, okay. So I need to wait. It's okay if funds come in, but no funds can come back out. So again, what they're doing essentially is putting me out of business. So it's day 31 of them just holding on to my money and deciding that they get to keep it. And I don't get access to any of it. They'll let all the orders come in that they want. Yes. Oh, yeah. You can, it can all flow in this way. But even though you have a business, you have a product, you've sold that product, the person has gotten their product, we have verification that that person has gotten their product, we're still not going to give you the money because of some security algorithm. Okay, if that's the case, what is the issue with that? What makes that go away? What do I have to do? Do I have to drive down there so that you can photo scan my face? Do I have to give you other forms of ID? What do I have to do? Well, you just have to wait. So each time, that's what I get. So day 31 of PayPal holding my stuff hostage. So if you're thinking about doing business with PayPal, I suggest that you think again, because you should not do that. Had I known that this was going to happen, I would have not gone down this road. I would have gone down definitely a different avenue. And so I'm going to be doing this every day until they release my funds, until they figure out what's going on. And I will jump through whatever hoops they want. I've already told them I'm very amenable to whatever you want me to do, whatever thing I have to do to make this work, short of waiting more time. Waiting more time is not an option. That's not a hoop. That's just time. That solves nothing. I've already waited a month, and I shouldn't have to wait any longer to access my money. The people already have their product. It's been verified. I've put the tracking numbers in. I've jumped through that hoop. I've done everything that's requested of me, and still PayPal has decided, nope, we are keeping your money, even though you're in business. You're not really in business. We're in business, but you're not in business because you don't have access to any of your funds. Imagine going down to a bank and saying, okay, yeah, I opened up the savings account and this checking account, and so now I want to write a check. Well, you can't really do that. What do you mean? I put money in the bank. I've got checks here, or I've got a bank card. Yeah, but we're not going to let you use that. Well, why not? Well, we're really not going to tell you why. Well, I mean, can it be one of those? Can you, if you've decided that you're not going to do that, can you tell me why you've decided that you're not going to do that? No, we can't really do that. We're not going to tell you. We're just not going to, thanks for giving us your money, but we're not going to access to that. We're not going to allow you to have access to it. We have access to it. And other people can give us more money that we have access to, but you don't get to have any of it. Oh, that's an excellent bank. That's an excellent business process. That sounds like a predatory business practice to me. Like, okay, we'll let you give the money to us, but we will never give it back to you. We will never let you access it. That's just somebody making a lot of money off of my money and then killing my business for no reason. There's no reason that they can give that would be thing. So every day I'm doing an update on Richard's funds held hostage by PayPal, and I do not recommend anybody ever do business with them. Not ever. Okay, now we've got that out of control. Sadly, it's been happening a lot since PayPal is broke. So PayPal has like funding issues. That's why we quit accepting PayPal. That makes sense. Good to see you guys. Welcome to digital currency. Yeah. Time to use Zelle. No, Zelle has lots and lots of issues. I would never use that. After me on 4-digit powder coating job a few years ago. PayPal's not digital currency. When you call Richard, was it a person in the United States? Around what time did you call? I've called at all times during the day and night. I've called when they're not there. They said, I've talked to their AI. The AI can only here's a list of things to choose from. Well, it's none of those things. I even got a hold of somebody and they kept wanting to steer me. Well, are you contesting one of the transactions? No. Okay, well, let's look at that transaction. No, I'm not contesting the transaction. That's not it. I can't access my funds. So you can't access your funds on particular transactions. So do we need to go to a fraudulent transaction? No, I just want to shake you. Yep. I canceled PayPal a year ago when they became anti-constitution. Had that happen with 23,000. Yeah, gold and gold and silver. Yeah, unfortunately, that's not going to do me any good. Richard, go to the news about it. Yeah, I'm thinking about doing some more videos on it. Tell them who you are. I know. Don't they know? Don't they know? I have several people that watch my channel. I might have like 7 or 8 people all at once. Richard, in what proportion of exhaust pressure versus intake pressure do you think the turbo is maxed out? That's not how you determine that. The intake can be maxed out in flow rate, and so can the exhaust. What you'll normally see is a drop in boost pressure. Ask for manager. Yeah, I can try that. And the thing that's frustrating is I've actually spoken to a couple of people who've been very, very helpful. Unfortunately, their hands are tied. Well, it's the security, it's the computer that's controlling that, really, not them. Or somebody up above them controlling the computer, which is controlling them. What the situation is, I'm not mad at the individuals that I'm talking to because they didn't make the rules. I just need to talk to somebody at PayPal that can tell me what is it I need to do to solve this problem. I'll do it, whatever it is. I'll solve it. I'll take care of it. But if we don't know what it is, we don't know why the bank is holding our money hostage, then how can we address that? Stop all sales, let everything deliver. But that's the thing. Everything has been delivered. Sharing Facebook. Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do videos on every social media platform. So hard dealing with people who have no power to help. Yeah. The sale, it's like dealing with somebody at a fast food place and complaining about Jack in the Box corporate to the person that's serving you tacos or whatever. It's like it's not their deal. They didn't do it, Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. That's a new one. Okay. Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. I've tried begging, I've tried pleading, I've tried crying, I've tried yelling, screaming, cursing, all of it. Nothing. And obviously, again, the poor, people, the helpers, they're not doing anything. They didn't do anything. I had any trouble with PayPal, but I do flip my piston backwards. I would be willing to do that. I literally have a motor with the piston flip done on it, and it's a Dodge, so everyone should love that. Cash App, I had a problem with PayPal and eBay. I stopped using both of them. Show me the money. That's right. I need Cuba Gooding. Sounds like you need to talk to a lawyer. Well, that's obviously in consideration. When you order cash or order only. Yeah, but that's hard on it's nice. If PayPal was working the way PayPal is supposed to work, it would be nice because the people have protection and I have protection, and that's the way it should be. That's what the big entity should do. But the big entity shouldn't put little people out of business because I don't have the funds to even ship anything anymore. I had a problem with PayPal. Similar, I sold an engine and they wouldn't let me pull the funds. I ended up contacting, is that the CF deal that you're talking about? Took 24 hours before PayPal gave me the money. Okay, I'll talk. Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. Okay, thanks. I will look that up. Yeah, 31 days is just ridiculous. Like I can see them and I just from them, hey, good news. We accepted we approved your increase in, because the other thing that they have on the account is they have a hold if there's more than like $5,000, let's say, worth of orders, whatever is above that, they put a hold on that, and they could put it on that for as much as 21 days. That's great, except that I talked to customer service. They've already released all those holds. And then now I just got a notice that said, congratulations, we've increased, because I put in a request for a higher amount. I'm like, I'm going to have this amount of more coming in every month if things go well. I'm going to have that amount. And so I can't have holds placed on it. And they said, congratulations, you have this new amount. That's great. I don't have access to any of it. It doesn't make any difference. You could tell me I'm approved to make $100,000 a month or $1 million a month. It wouldn't make any difference. If I had that money in here, it would just be money that I don't have access to. Get Freiburger on it. Yeah. Let's see. Here we go. I'm scrolling back. Let's see. Selling stuff, I go through eBay or Public Square or Amazon and no PayPal or Zelle, Cash App, etc. Seems to happen a lot with PayPal because you look at your account too much. Yes, you should never access your account. Well, how am I going to know? How am I going to put tracking numbers in there? How am I going to do the things that you want me to do without accessing that? Need to go over to Parallel Economy account. That's why it doesn't happen. I don't know what Parallel Economy account is. I look at my bank account 14 times a day. I don't look at my bank account ever at all. The only reason I look at PayPal is because I want to process orders and get stuff shipped out. PayPal acts like a bank. They won't allow you to withdraw all your funds at once unless you get a cashier's check to transfer to another bank. That's not what they're doing to me. They're not allowing me to access it in any form. I can't take funds from that account and pay to somebody else that has PayPal. I can't transfer it immediately to my bank account or to my card. I can't do it. I can't transfer it in 1 to 3 business days for no charge to either one of those accounts, which are linked directly to that. And I can't have them send me a check. There's no option for cashier's check. That's not even a thing with them. Elon should buy it back and fix it. Yeah, just use blood diamonds for currency. I don't think I have too many of those. Etsy did the same to you. The reason was because the order was not shipped the same day it was originally scheduled to, even though customers wanted to hold the order due to a change on their design. There's no way that you can process shipping in the same day. That's ridiculous. That's like you waiting for an order and then clicking on it and rush off to ship it. That's ridiculous. That's just an excuse for them. Because think about it. Think about with PayPal, if they have $15,000 of my money for a month. Now multiply that out. What if they have it for 2 months? What if there's 10 of me or 100 or 100,000 of me? Imagine how much interest that is that they're making off somebody else's money just because they held it. I'm not saying that that's the reason that they're doing it. I'm just saying that that's quite a secondary benefit for their security measures. Hey there, can kits for LS on Temu? Can you put a video out just for the fun of it? I don't know what you're asking there. What Toby, what is parallel economy? I've never even heard of it. See, I'm learning all kinds of stuff. Parallel economy. Have you ever seen the movie Better Off Dead? Yes. Paperboy, I want my $2 as he flies off the cliff. We used to say that all the time back in the day. That was awesome. When the heads blow off the motor, you reach max boost. And the thing is, max boost at 3,500 RPM is different than max boost at 6,500 RPM. Goofball of mine keeps giving me tongue bass. Oh, the bearded dragon, or the Richard. I know you usually test V8 motors on the dyno, but if you consider 400 horsepower combos for 4-cylinder engines like the 2.3 Ford, for example, I've never even run a 2.3 Ford on the engine dyno, so I don't have any combinations for those. But I've run lots of other 4-cylinders, primarily Honda stuff. We ran into that problem 10 years ago. We had to stop. It took a lawyer to get our money back. Nice. We used them for 3 years before the program. For the problem, we never got an answer why. I'm sure it's an algorithm that sees something. Yeah, I got a little bit of information from one of the people, that one of the ladies that was very, very helpful. She said, we think it has something to do with your phone. I said, you're talking to me on my phone, so I don't know how it could be that. So waiting information for the Toby, your other cam shipped already. In fact, I already put a tracking number for it. Let's see. Dan, I don't use friends. I haven't been able to use anything. So if anybody used friends and family, it would be for me. I mean, it would be to me. I'm trying to. Here we go. Have you ever met a factory engineer that designed a motor or the tune factory wants? I don't know what you're asking. Have I ever talked to a factory engineer that did the programming or the tuning? Is that what you're asking? Richard, do you have anything for a 462 valve? I don't have any 462 valve. Just flip the pistons. I did that. 31 days. Yep. I kind of wonder if the algorithm is stacking wait days for all the transactions. But the people that I'm working with from PayPal are telling me to do that. Best intake for a single turbo EFI 302 Ford. I need more information than that. I need what are you doing with it? What's the rest of the combination? What's the cam? What are the gears? What, all of that stuff. Good evening, Richard. Good news. C6C is home. Drives great. I already did a break-in. Passenger muffler disconnected. Sounds amazing. Cool. I use PayPal for my business for customer payment, and the funds to transfer in a timely manner. My volume is much lower than yours. Want me to do something on Fieros? For sure the old transmission was eating some power. What do you think was going on with the old transmission? Let's see here. We will get rid of people. Yeah, I got him. I got you. I got you, Shadow Ops. See, now that money order sent you makes more sense. Yep, that's right, Dirk. Did you send the money to Westech? And if you did, send me over your information. 64 millimeter compressor, 54 millimeter turbine should be good for how much power? I don't know. There's a big difference in power potential for just from those two measurements. Do something on Fiero swaps. I don't really do swap stuff. Parallel Academy, that's kind of like Flat Earth. Since eBay asked for my bank account, I stopped selling there. Is anyone using a Cortex EBC? If so, are you happy with it? German Short Hair was doing a tongue bath. Richard, what's your guess on Pontiac horsepower? 235, 108. I don't know. I don't know anything about those heads. I have no idea how well they flow. Did they flow better than stock heads? Let's see. They are an alternate to PayPal, Stripe, Square, and other online payment processors. This could be good for you to look into. Switch over for payment processing years ago. It's much easier. Modesto's in the house. Situation probably makes you not even want to continue doing business with them. It doesn't. If I can't access my money, I can't do business. I mean, that's if somebody else is controlling my financial outcome, I can't have that. They're just waiting so you have money for Christmas, but I won't have a house or anything. Did you tell them to use friends and family? I didn't. They had the gall to contact us after we removed them as an option, asking why. We referred them to our lawyer. Richard, have you tested any 3100 front wheel drives with a turbo? Yeah, we put a turbo on a 31. I think it was a 3100. I don't think it was a 3400 yet. On the 3100 Grand Am, the V6, it was in the Grand Am. We put a little turbo on that. I'm building a boosted 06 Chevy. What Chevy is it? I want to put a 5.3 in it. Is there a better platform? No, that's a good combination. A 5.3 with a turbo. If you have your choice of iron and aluminum, you could pick an aluminum one. The iron one's going to be much less expensive. For towing, 700 R4 versus a 4L80E versus a Turbo 400 in the gear vendors. I would think that the Turbo 400 in the gear vendors already has everything that you need, right? I hope you guys can work it out. Yeah, like I said, I'm willing to try. And if they say, hey, look, we need this and this and this, I'm like, okay, I can do that and that, whatever that is. Have you ever had a Scat 900 crank and a 540? Would I be safe? Yeah, I don't think it's gonna be a problem. I've never broken a crankshaft, even a cast one. So, old transmission turned out to not have any fluid. Yeah, they're not as good that way. My electric fly swatter is getting a workout. So Dakota, you had your belt come off. That's not good. It makes it not so much power steering, right? I don't know what you mean by thoughts, simple mods. So PayPal declined to hold a $30,000 purchase for my client, threatened to hold my money for 6 months. So I refunded the money, tried it again on Square. They blocked it too. PayPal has a money handler with no rules. Yeah, that's right. Everyone should spam PayPal. I want my $2. Let's see here. Google LS4 swap Fieros. Yeah, they've run a bunch of them, and guys have put the North Stars in there and the 3800 supercharged ones. Those are good. Decided, not declined. Okay. Decided to hold. Okay. My son has a 1990 Porsche 928. I like those. 4.5 liter in it. What could you do to bring it to life? You could swap the motor out of it if that motor isn't working, or you could turbocharge the existing motor. Drain the gas, put some fresh gas in it, and see if it runs. 3-liter V6 with a 64mm turbo for previous horsepower. I don't know. It depends on which one it is. If it's a real Garrett, it can make a lot of power. If it's just your normal run-of-the-mill one, I'm thinking 600-700 probably. I'm actually using my truck for towing. I have it's an update for people. I have I don't have any money because PayPal has my money held some. They won't give it to me, so PayPal, not good, man. Not cool. Not cool, PayPal. Not cool at all. I have a tow dolly, and I'm heading up to Washington. I'm going to pick up a V12 LS, go to LS Fest. Thanks mostly to Chad. Thought I was not going to make it. Thought it was not going to work. Going to pick up the V12 LS and a Metro. Bring it back down. So cool stuff. Here's the link. Yeah, there's no link. You can't put a link on here. Speedmaster heads are copies of the Edelbrock heads. So I don't know, 455 with a 235 cam. Is it going to be 1.2 or 1.3 or something? I don't know, low to mid 500s, I'm thinking, if the heads flow that much. Yeah, if the heads flow enough to support that. If you ever run an M112 from a Cobra on an LS1, I haven't run a 112. We've run a 122 on there, though. Yeah, I sent to West Tech. I haven't mailed a letter in so long. I sent to myself for the first time and got it back a week later. That happens. Long time watcher. First time on the channel of your program. What have you ever done with the Porsche 928? I haven't done anything with the 928. I do like those. I actually like that body style. I like the S4 a lot. And one of the guys, Mark and Susan, I think, were the couple that ran one out of the Silver State, and they had a cool stroker motor in theirs. They had the fancy 432 valve version that they had hopped up and it went really, really fast. And I like those cars. There's like a gentleman's express. Turbo 302 EFI intake question. 347 stroker and F-150 short bed, overdrive trans, no cam yet. Want to make a streetable 700 horsepower boost, heads or trick flow, 350 gear. If you want to be streetable, I would put that Extreme Energy 274 cam in. It's a hydraulic roller. In a 347, it's a really good driver, and then with the boost, you can easily do 700. A year later, after a hurricane hit in Texas, I got a call from PayPal. They were unfreezing my account as to not cause any undue stress. Need to have the heads done. Is there anything customers can do to help? Call and complain or what? I don't know. I don't know that I don't know that they even care. I mean, I don't know that even if I got 100,000 people and we protested, that it wouldn't make any difference to them. Andre S123, that means you sent my cam out, but they didn't let you get the payment. No, they didn't. They didn't let me get any of the payments. There's lots of, like I said, there's $15,000 worth of stuff. And so I don't have any of that. FMS Racing, I'm a lawyer. PayPal is regulated by the FTC. Don't know what's going on, but you can file a complaint with. We got the FTC and the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. Very cool. Thanks, guys. And Parallel Economy. My 4L80 truck drinks gas. 8.1s were grace for chugging fuel. 81 C10 steps up, very light rear weight. Should I go the 4.8 to keep the torque down and go for all out top end powered high RPM? Well, how much power do you want to make? I got the low buck truck. Yeah, that's a good one. Richard, utilize an oscilloscope when tuned? I don't, but I don't do. The only tuning I do is on the engine dyno, and that's very easy. That's air fuel meter and timing. Sometimes on a rare occasion, cam timing also, but it just makes that third step that we got to sweep stuff through. Take the upper hand and act aggressively. The time to sit around only makes them more percentage for sitting on your money, just like banks. Yeah. Call the local attorney general and file a complaint. So put attorney general on that list. Attorney general, all this is good stuff, man. Like I said, I want to work with people. I would much rather be friends with people than not, but I'm not, not happy about not having access to my money, especially when people already have their cams. What do you and your wife do for fun? Well, we yell at the computer when PayPal doesn't pay us any money. 57. I saw that Speedmaster was dropped by 7 or dropped by Summit. Were they dropped by Jegs as well? Joseph, I dealt with PayPal before. They're very strange. You got to keep calling until you get a good operator. They usually don't speak English or understand English. You just have to keep calling. Everyone that I've talked to all of the people that I've talked to have actually been pretty good. Some of them have been very helpful. But none of that has solved the problem. But in the end, it's always, well, we don't really know. And there's nothing here telling us what we can do to unfreeze the account or to allow you to have access. So you just have to wait. That's always the end result is, and now this, you tried to access your account too much. I did that with the people that were on the phone from your company instructing me to do that. Here, try this. Okay, I'll try this. Okay, try this one. Okay, I'll try that one. Okay, try this one. Okay, none of those work. Why do aluminum rod engines run very loose tolerance? I don't know. I've never run aluminum rods, but I would imagine it has to do with the growth rate of the aluminum. Do carb LS better with more timing than EFI LSs? Yes and no. When we run an LS with a carburetor, if we're using the MSD ignition controller to control the timing, it always wants 1 or 2 degrees more than when we run it with a Holley HP. If we run the Holley HP and still run a carburetor, it still runs the timing that the EFI thing does. I think that there's a delay in the timing in the ignition controller that's used to run most carbureted applications. I don't think that it's a function of the motor wanting more timing. The motor only wants to run the timing that it wants to run. And if we run the same intake manifold, it wants to run the same timing. So I think that that's just something that's going on electronically with a delay for the timing. It's a shame that it's happening to a good guy. Yeah, I'm like I'm trying to put something over. In fact, the thing that worries me most about all of this is not my money, because like I said, my portion of whatever this amount of money that PayPal has is like this much. Well, right now it's this much, but if they ever release it, it's this much. I'm worried that I need to pay out all of the stuff that I need to pay out, and I'm more concerned about getting cam shipped out and taking care of people that I owe money to than I am about whatever my slice would be. That's the frustrating thing. I don't want to in fact, I've told people, look, I don't want to do this because I don't want to not be able to take care of my responsibilities. Ding. Guess what? That's not PayPal. C4 Corvette, street strip car, 408 stroker, rec port heads, 219 cam, maybe for 1,000 wheel horsepower. Would you suggest twin GT5s or GT45s? I would suggest twin GT35s if you're looking for 1,000 horsepower. GT45s is more like 1,500. Sandy Hall, I've not had a problem with communication. That's not been an issue. Yeah, is there anything else I can help you with? Yeah, I can. You can get me my money. It's mine. First mod you do for rock crawl 6.0 at 9,000 feet. Have you already done all of the gearing and transmission and all that stuff? Yeah, where do you need more power for a rock crawler? Having had no experience at doing that, I don't know what RPM range you're running. It might be that you can't do anything other than do a stroker motor to get more power. Like I have a guy today that's been asking me, I want power at 300 RPM. I'm like, when is your motor at 300 RPM? And the motor doesn't even idle at 300 RPM. But, you know. Have you ever had issues with new small block Chevy intakes made by Holley? I've had a few with bad port matching. There's core shifts both on a cylinder head and on an intake manifold, so that can happen on both. I haven't had one specifically with Holley, but it's been a while since I put stuff on a small block. On a Porsche 928, does anybody make a turbo kit? If somebody did a long time back when that car was, in vogue, it would have been a really expensive one because it was, it would have had the Porsche tax on it. Now, I don't know that anybody would cater to that. It's probably something you're gonna have to do yourself. The good thing is that that's not hard to do. I mean, all you have to do is route the exhaust to one side. PayPal wouldn't even allow you to make a $3,000 payment for a T56. Yeah, I don't understand. If somebody has provided the money and they've got the part, that money should, as soon as the tracking number says, hey, this thing's been delivered, the money should automatically just feed over and allow me to at least buy dog food or something. When I receive money with PayPal, it always takes a week before it hits my bank account. A week isn't even one of the options. You have immediately within the next couple of minutes, you have 1 to 3 business days, and then you have a check, which the check actually came way before it said that it was going to get there. Just watch the guy put a Hellcat supercharger on an LS3. Not that sure the advantage over at LSA would be interesting to compare the two. I think a Hellcat blower is bigger than an LSA, isn't it? It's my money and I'll cry if I want to. You should be able to get interest for the delay. Yeah, I mean, I have a feeling, obviously, if it goes legal, then it's going to be a lot more expensive than just what they owe. You shouldn't have to sue somebody just to get your money back. I mean, there's all kinds of hardship now, emotional, physical. The prepper channels on YouTube say that banks would start holding funds that belong to you. I don't know that this is that. Rock crawler doesn't need for power, spending money on tuning, in my crawling opinion. Got all my money in the bank. So we're going to take out all of our money. There's going to do a run on banks because of PayPal now. Man, I'll be honest with you, refund everyone's money and have them send it via Zelle and don't look back. I won't do business with Zelle. But refunding everyone's money was a consideration and having them send it. But then and not that everybody that I've dealt with isn't on the up and up. The thing is, I know that I am. If somebody says, hey, look, here's $30,000, we're going to refund it to you, then we need you to give it to us. It would already be over there. But now I would need to get in touch with, and not just, this isn't even a trust thing. This is a thing where the name that is appearing here for somebody that ordered a cam is different than their email. And then it's also different than whatever they signed in and paid money for PayPal. It's a nightmare just keeping all of that stuff straight. Even just getting the shipping out is problematic. But that was one of my considerations. I was just going to give everybody their money back. So, and then tell them, hey, look, just send me the money. I mean, I'm out all of the money already anyway. So, and then PayPal would just keep whatever their percentage is. I'm sure that they would keep that. I watched some live on the archive from a few days ago. Are you planning on doing a big bang soon? No, I can't afford that because I don't have any PayPal money. PayPal is stopping me from doing lots of testing. They're stopping me from doing shipping. They're stopping me from doing testing. They're almost stopping me from going to LS Fest West. They're terrible. Let's see here. Looking at going a single turbo for boost control, would you recommend just spring pressure, manual controller, utilizing MAC valves and with or without CO2? You don't need CO2 unless you're drag racing. You can, if you're just driving around, if this is just a street car, you can use a manual controller. If you want better control, you can use an electronic one. If you carbon L31 engine, you need a different intake as the heads are different from a TBI or older 350. Yeah, you need a Vortec style intake manifold, but that lots of people make those. I have one, as a matter of fact, and that somebody was asking me about, and I don't know that they didn't ever express interest in it. And again, I brought it home. Dakota, we're supposed to be buying gold. Is there a Better Business Bureau? Yeah, there is that. Okay, differentiate a Gen 4 rod from a Gen 3 is just thicker design, or their markings on the side. Does anybody know? They physically, they look different, and there is going to be probably a different rod casting number. Thanks for sending out my cam. Yeah, I think the only cams I haven't sent out were the last 3 orders that I just got recently. Putting my under the mattress. Went to Bowling Green LS Fest last year. There were a lot of cars. I'm going to try to go this year too. Are there any events that focus on coyotes? There's got to be a Coyote Fest, right? I know that there's a Ford one. Need a plan B to take care of your customers. I do. I need to get another payment set up, and we're going to do. And hopefully, I don't have this. I had issues with credit card companies too in the past when I was doing Raymer Technology, when we were doing all the 3800 stuff. They can do the same thing. If the money goes to them and they decide when it gets parceled out, they can decide that it doesn't go out for whatever reason that they want. Hope you're able to get it sorted out fast. An idea that cost me roughly $300,000 worth of sales because of PayPal freezing my account. That should have definitely been a lawsuit material. Speaking of LS Fest, they still do Hot Rod Power Tour. I don't know if Hot Rod Power Tour is still a thing. I need a good intake manifold. I'll shoot you an email, but I'm not paying through PayPal. Yeah. The one I have is a dual. It's probably a Speedmaster one. Quite honestly, I think it's a dual plane Vortec style. The bolt pattern. It's a dual plane, and we've used it a lot with. I ran it a lot on. In fact, we probably ran the Wheel of Death motors with this intake manifold, I think. I know that we use this on the cam swap ones on the L31 and stuff. Everyone I know likes Venmo. I think I have a Venmo account. I just don't really use it. There's an all Ford show at Southern California. Yeah, the Knott's Berry Farm show. So I've been to that show quite a few times. I like it. I've had my car there, actually. It's one of the few car shows I've ever been to. Richard, does a 219 cam have a low? Yeah, it is going to, especially on a 4.8 and a 5.3, less on a 6.0. Venmo is much better. My wife has done Venmo. Is V12 going to be at Brian Tooley's booth? Do they have a booth at LS Fest West? I didn't even know. Brian didn't tell me whether or not they did. But I would like to have it on display, plus another secret surprise one at the regular LS Fest. Imagine Cars and Coffee exits, but all Mustangs. So we're going to have a quick poll. Would you use PayPal knowing they're holding my funds hostage? That's our poll for today. But I am going to Attorney General, Parallel Economy, Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, and the Federal Trade Commission. All of those people are going to get contacted. PayPal shipping is called net parcel. Would they take pending money? No, what they probably will do is take more money out of my bank account to pay for that and not allow me to pay for it with the funds that I have in their account. Hot Rod Power Tour is still going strong. That's good. Switch Pitch Turbo 400. I remember the Switch Pitch stuff. Federal Trade Commission, yeah. Don't forget the Better Business Bureau. Oh, yeah, the BBB. B to the B. Where's the V12 going to be displayed? It's going to be displayed at my booth at LS Fest West. I'll use PayPal to buy stuff online. Make sure you read the terms of service well. Venmo works well. I only use PayPal as a buyer. 2 more minutes. Even this one can't get 100%. I know, that's pretty weak. I use it for buying stuff online. I know. Guys are just being honest. That's part of the deal. That's why PayPal stays in business. Switch Pitch Turbo 400 is hard to find. I had luck with the state's attorney general. They usually have a consumer fraud division. State, I'll go to state AG. State AG, switch pitch torque converter. Okay, this is not being the way that it should. We're gonna end our poll. We'll be looking for it. Oh, Alan, are you going to be at the LS Fest West? Peace out. Day 31. Don't let there be a day 32. Just do the right thing. And on that note, it is time to go. Thank you guys all for showing up. I leave really early tomorrow for a road trip, V12 LS road trip. I'll see you guys tomorrow.